I expect two types of youths to go tomorrow for to go out. And I would discourage both the two groups from going. First and foremost, I would discourage people, youths who will just go there to demonstrate for the memory. But if you feel like going, I have no objection for you going. I would tell you that at the slightest hint of trouble, kindly be at a place where the nearest safe place. I mean, sometimes you may try to run away from trouble and you may land yourself in a place like parliament. And you see, last time youths entered the parliament. For you to enter places like parliament, judiciary, and the state house, or even Harambe house, that one can be considered treason. And with the treason, any police officer on duty has the right to act with the maximum force. We have had the Nairobi Regional Police Commander saying that according to drills that they undertake, they only use rubber bullets. I don't agree with that, because what I know, rubber bullets are not used in firing of tear gas. You have seen tear gas being lobbied from the guns, from the rifles. You cannot use a rubber bullet. Another thing, now not talking to the regional police commander, but talking to the youth. Personally, I avoid debating with people who have already decided, that come death, come whatever, come injury, I will go. I usually just give my own advice, and then two, I leave it to you. I also don't argue with people. Look at the regional police commander. He says that they go out with rubber bullets, or blank bullets and rubber bullets. We would even have a bigger problem. You know, the guns that use rubber bullets, the guns that use blanks are the same guns that use live ammunition. Now, telling me that all police officers who will be deployed tomorrow, none will have a live bullet, to me, I get more worried. Why? We have Al-Shabaab. We have all other type of people. If all police officers go with the rubber bullets, it means that, and you talk it publicly. Let us look at it this way. If you talk it publicly, and it is true that the police officers go with the rubber bullets only, what would stop gang robbers? What would stop Al-Shabaab and anybody of that ill will from snatching that gun? What will stop such a person? So in any drill and in anything that goes with the riot, and again, when somebody is having a gun, the instructions are simple. First, you use blanks, because if people are demonstrating and they know that you are not using a live bullet, you know the possibility, even if it is one in a million, even if it is a chance one in a million, that somebody one of the guns has a live bullet, it will make these people, anybody, you know, it is being infiltrated. The demonstration is being infiltrated by many people, but one or two may be a terrorist who may want to gain those guns. So telling me that the police officers will not go with any single live bullet, uh, he should have said that fire will be few and will only be used as a last resort. And what's more, even after he had said so, what happened? You saw a member of inspectorate without any provocation, walking, reaching somewhere, then turning, using a pistol to shoot when his life was not even in danger. So let us not do that. Let us say that even if it is 1 in a million chances, you stand to be hurt or even die. Let us go to those who are listening to whatever is happening. We have seen that one thing that genz did, and they broke record. If only we could go back to that system. If only we could go to. You see, there was a time when genz were demonstrating peacefully last year before two types of people infiltrated them. We saw that they were even passing near shops and they were being given water to drink. They were given whatever by shopkeepers. Now tell me, if you are to go to the same street and demonstrate the way you are demonstrating, picketing, that's a new name. If you go to picket and any tomorrow, what will happen? We have two types of people two types of goons who will join you. There are those who are just watching, where we have mobile phones being sold, where tablets are being sold, laptops are being sold. There are those who will come with that intention. Then there are those jembe holders, welders, who will come with an intention of countering you people. If only anybody can guarantee, but you see, that is the problem. And the problem is, these things we see, these things we see, this thing we, it is obvious. This thing is obvious. This is something that you don't argue with anybody. Why am I repeating myself several times? You see, I come from near Matete, and it was at Matete, eh, during the, is it Friends Church, Friends Annual Church, where Sakaja said, last time you found me not ready, this time I'll be ready. Okay, there is the up and down saying, oh, Sijui Sakaja is now trying to say it's Babu Owino or whatever. Sakaja, if you ask me, most likely it is Sakaja who has done it, because Babu Owino is not very much into the system. If I were to meet this boy, this son of mine, Sakaja, I would have asked him, why deploy those kids? Why don't you have a police force of your own, the county enforcement agency? Why don't you go to the director of county enforcement and tell them to come and keep peace in there? You see, this is thuggerism. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Sakaja because of, I don't want to talk about Sakaja because he's already one term. And if anything, I don't know why he has not been impeached. Sakaja spent all his time securing his, first of all, he thinks that being close to Ruto and being close to Raila will guarantee him next seat next time. We can support Raila, we can support Ruto, and we can sack you. That is how Sakaja is. And what I was trying to tell youths is that tomorrow, don't. And if you do, be real, such that should there be such a problem or anything, the safest place to go is a police compound. To me, you go to a police compound, just carry your hand, stay near the wall, whatever. Otherwise, it will be infiltrated by looters, it will be infiltrated by Sakaja boys. Let me tell you one thing. Anything, supposing things get out of hand and you get hurt, there is so many ways of getting hurt. I am yet to get a person who says that whom it is established that he went to. Okay, we have this boy Karaoke who is on life support. We saw what happened, and that one we feel bad. We saw what happened and we feel bad. But most of the people who found themselves usually say they were doing what? They were just passing by and whatever. I remember a few years ago, some people are demonstrating against IEBC. Then somebody came. Uh, if you can remember that picture, the boy was saying that he was just passing. There's a picture of a boy lying down and some APs kicking his head. And then he later said that he was just passing by. I don't know. He had gone to museum area for an interview, and when he came back, he just landed. But then pictures don't lie. Somebody came up with a picture of him. When people are peacefully picketing, and you pass near the askaris and you start using a unprintable to them, they mark you. They mark you and wait until the time when things get haywire. They'll pass 20 people and come to you. That is what happened to the boy. But the purpose of this shooting was to do with what happens after you are hurt or killed. You can see Karaoke. If that day he would not have sold masks, we would still be with him. If he would not have sold masks, we would still be with him. So one day's business you can keep away for one day and whatever. When you go to hospital, you see that now the family is rushing up and down to the mortuary, to the hospital to do what? To look for funds for their young boy. Do you really care for the country so much that you would want your family to go through that? I'll come to that. I'll come to the point of hospital bills, but I want to say that the best way to avoid something is to keep off. If you're hurt or killed, Boniface Mwangi will come. You remember Boniface Mwangi went to certain funerals and he insisted, okay, I'm a former soldier, so I really got annoyed when people were being buried with the national flag. But then Boniface Mwangi came and said that those are national heroes. There's a Swahili saying that kwa shujaa huenda kilio, kwa mwoga huenda kicheko. You may be killed and Boniface Mwangi will come with a flag and you'll be buried with a flag. In any circumstances, flags are the last thing to be removed before the coffin is placed there. But Boniface said that the flag should be placed there and soil be placed on top of the flag. That is what will happen to you, and that will happen to that way. My last point is now I'm turning to the politicians with none other, starting with the president, His Excellency the President, going to Governor James Orengo and others na wengine wa tabia kama hiyo. First and foremost, let me ask, we all see what happened to Karaoke. He was shot. He was of no threat. Actually, he had carried his hands and was next to the wall, and he wanted just the police to pass. But they slapped him. They slapped him. They really beat him up, and he never even responded. He saw the beating was becoming too much and decided to flee the scene. What happened when he was fleeing? He was shot close range with a rubber bullet. The family is now being asked to pay millions. To an innocent person, the family is being asked to pay millions. Don't we have such a situation that such a person, first of all, the parent is also a hawker. These days he doesn't go hawking. Now he has been slapped with a bill of millions just because the government. Now, such a thing the government should have, I don't say waived, the government should have said that the bill should be directed to a certain office in the government. Treat him the way you treat him, and then what? Your Excellency the President, Governor James Orengo na wengine wa tabia kama hiyo. Are you very happy to be posed with people who are desperate, people who are mourning? The lady in Ogata Rongai didn't call you. I don't know how you got her number. You got her number, rang her, assured her that you'll stand by her. Now she calls those numbers, you are not there. You are supposed to, first and foremost, to hire somebody to console her. You just left her that way. You, she was being interviewed by another TV station, and where she was saying that unaona ile kiti pale, James Orengo alikuwa amekaa pale. James Orengo had to drive all the way from, how much was the fuel for him to have a Photoshop with with the lady, with the girl. She's old enough to be my daughter, and she's also old enough to be Orengo's daughter. You come all the way from Siaya, go and sit with, talk to her before the cameras. You think that one treats her? This boy, this young boy, had not gone for demonstration. He had gone to, was it borrow a book or something? And you just left him that way. I said before, and you see, President Ruto somehow got Ojwang's father, Ojwang himself, because the boy is called Omondi, Albert Omondi. President Ruto, this is how the phone went. The phone came, he received the phone. On the other side, it was Itumbi, and I'm having problems with Itumbi. Itumbi saying, "Can you talk to the president?" Then he talked to the president. Then the president promised 2 billion shillings. I say, people started complaining, people started doing that, and I said, most likely the president will never give that 2 million shillings. Mr. President, these affordable houses you are saying, this boy, there are many ways you can assist the young girl mourn our grandchild. These houses that you are calling affordable houses, why can't you just give one to that lady? Just say, okay, your son can never come back, but stay here. From now, forever, just look for money for, what do you call, electricity and water. But the house is now yours. It's very easy for you. Hmm? And why do you just dash that? You see, you want your you want your popularity ratings to go up, but you want the bereaved to go down. Why? Especially in a case like this one of Rongai. Hmm? Politicians. Then if that is the case, keep off. We don't need you during funerals or sickness. Then lastly, Jamani. Kenyans, even if we have to steal, do we have to steal from certain people? Hmm? Mr. Ojwang, the father of Albert Omondi, has been conned off 500,000. I remember Maverick Aoko has just tweeted saying that when she's going for Mandamano, I liked that tweet. She said that she's going for Mandamano, and if she dies, let her mother be the one to be given money, not her father, because he will drink the money. And then she says, these people like Kina Eric Omondi and the lady, what is the name of that lady, who are fighting, each wanted to control the money, whatever. She said, don't just open up a pay bill, let my mother be the only one who has access to that. Why are people targeting money for such cases? We come from a society where somebody who has died, you don't even steal a single cent from him, from his people. But somebody here comes and takes away 500,000 shillings, 500,000. Another one comes, tricks the Karaoke's father, not knowing that Karaoke's father is monitoring the life-saving machine. Either the boy can go anytime, or even if the boy doesn't go, I think where we are is that it has reached a stage where it is for the family to decide. They are being told through roundabout ways. They are being told through roundabout ways that they should just switch off the machine. And even if they have convinced to switching off the machine, it is not as easy as that. Remember, as a parent, you gave life to this child. And as a parent, you are switching off that machine. But then, anyway, uh, hard as it is, you see, there is also the expenses. The expenses that it is it is a really hard thing for the family to continue forever, even 10 to 20 years from today, uh, over money they don't have. So that is where the thing is. And we have had cases, we have a few cases, we have one or two cases where somebody has decided iende na iende. We have Wanyiri Kihoro, who was the MP for Nyeri town. He decided that his wife had to stay on on the machine for as long as she can stay. And she really stayed. I don't know how many years. She stayed there for a very long time until she just died. He said that even if he were to take another 10 years, he could afford to still do that. Uh, I'm sure the family of Karaoke would also want to do that. But then the question is the expenses. And that is why I even say, duniani maskini na tajiri, they are not equal. Maybe even binguni. Because here you are, Muhoro could, is it Muhoro? He could afford to pay for the machine. But can the Hawkers family afford?